Today we will be talking about how we got our first rental and how you can get it as well. So welcome to the Cash Flow Talk, and this is a very exciting topic today because we are actually going to show you or talk to you about how we got the first rental and how it is also possible for you. And the first rental is it's a very exciting moment because it's the first step towards that financial freedom. It's the first concise step towards that financial freedom.
Oh my God, I'm going to talk about it was probably one of the happiest moments in my real estate career. When I got my first result, and I'm gonna talk about this before I get to the story. We were in Colombia, we're from Colombia, we were enjoying a New Year's in my country with my family. She came to my city, and it was January 1st when I got the email that my direct deposit was in my account from Section 8. That was my very first rental property. We rented the property the first time. It was mid-December, so they adjusted the payment to make the first payment on January 1st. I think this was 6-7 years ago. I can't remember when was the first time that I received a deposit, and that moment was crucial for me and for us. We were like, okay, this works. This is amazing. So going back to the story, what happened? We were focused in wholesaling. You've heard our previous videos. Wholesaling is when we help investors find properties so that they can fix and sell or fix and rent. And we were doing rehabs, which is buying, fixing, and selling. Other people call them flips. Well, I got this property accepted in Deerfield Beach, and I called this buddy of mine. I said, hey, can you go take a look at this property? I think it's a great deal. It's already 4 p.m. I'm 45 minutes away from the house. I don't think I can make it today. I can make it tomorrow, but I'd like to know your opinion. You know this area better. He calls me 20-30 minutes later, and he says, oh my God, you're not going to believe it. Oh, so he asked me, what are the details about this house? I said it's a 2-2, nice house. There's only one picture. It looks kind of ugly. The front of the house is not painted, so it's like gray stucco, and the landscaping is horrible. I knew it has circular driveway, which is really nice, but I didn't know anything about the house. Yeah. So these guys said, okay, I'll go take a look at it. He goes and sees it and calls me from the house, and he says, Camilo, this is a winner. This is the listing agent made a mistake. It's not a 2-2, it's a 4-2, and it has a pool, and it's a cul-de-sac. And a cul-de-sac is one of those properties that is like on the edge of a corner that the lot is like it's like a curve, and the lot is huge. I'll show in a future video what a cul-de-sac is. But this guy is like, this is a winner. Now, I wish we had this market again.
Yeah.
We got this property for $56,000. It was crazy, but it was our very first rental property, and I spent like a year saying I need to get a rental, but I'm too afraid.
Yeah, we looked at so many houses, but we were so afraid to make that first step.
Yeah, getting into hard money loans and having fixed expenses now and payments on water.
And what if the property was vacant for a long time? How would we be able to support that? You know, all these different things that your mind plays games on you.
What about the tenant? And we'll talk in a future video about this tenant. It was crazy. She stayed there for 2 years, but I'll talk about it. But it was crazy, and the lesson that we learned is that we just jumped into it. We had that feeling, and we have a beautiful picture in that sitting in front of the house when we put it under contract.
I remember that day we were I think we were going to Orlando, like we were going on a trip somewhere, or maybe we were on our way to the airport. I don't know, we were rushing because we were leaving somewhere, and Camila's like, you need to come see this house. This house is absolutely amazing. It's a great deal. This is going to be our first rental, and we cannot pass it. And I'm like, well, we're going on a vacation now. I think we're going on a cruise. I don't remember. And I'm like, we're going on vacation now. We'll just, when we come back, we'll pick up where we left. He's like, no, we have to see it right now. So we actually went there, we rushed, and that's the picture that we have right outside of it.
Yes, it is so cool. My point is, when we got this property, I got it for $56,000. I think we put like $20,000 or $25,000 into it. We ended up renting it for $1,500 a month. And after a few years, I've had so many tenants in there. I'm talking about because I manage the rental properties, and she helps me with the videos and the YouTube and wholesaling and rehabs and all of that. But I'm the one like dealing directly with the tenants, so I talk about But my point is, we have increased rent to these tenants a few times. We've had so many different tenants, and today is rented for $1,900 a month, and we get letters all the time. Are you looking to sell this property? I'm like, no, this is part of my retirement fund. This is our financial freedom fund, and we're not touching this one. It's a special.
Property's not going anywhere.
It's a special deal for us, and no matter how many tenants we have, as soon as we put it back on the market, it's rented. It's in a hot area. It's a good neighborhood, and we're so blessed to be able to have that property. And that was the big milestone for us, because after we did that, we said, why don't we do it over and over again? And that's my point of this video is, we jumped into the first one. We thought it was going to be a big nightmare. It wasn't going to be as easy, and it wasn't. But it's something that can be done over and over again. And in the next video, we're going to talk about the 4 steps, how we did it, how we were able to finance this property because we didn't have any money at the moment. We used other people's money, and we'll talk about the 4 steps, how you can get your first rental property.
Exactly. It was an amazing process. It's a process that, like Camilo said, it can be done over and over again. And I think one thing that really was in our favor was, first of all, we had a lot of passion. We really wanted to find this property that we wanted to rent so that we could start our journey to financial freedom. And second of all, we were so committed to real estate and wholesales to start with, that we were able to really get a hold of what the market looks like. What's a good deal? What's a bad deal? What are the repairs that are going to represent so much money that we shouldn't buy a property? And what are the repairs that are easy to make that can make a property really profitable really quickly? And also we learned about creative financing. So these are things that really built up for us to be able to start rehabbing properties, collecting enough money so that then we were able to buy this first rental property, which, like Camilo said, in the next video, we'll be talking about the 4 steps of how we got specifically this rental property. And I believe this is it. This is where our video is going to end now, and we'll see you in the next one.